You're watching Ready Set Drone, and today I'm going to take you through my 10 favorite drones for fall and winter of 2017. So stay tuned. So I'm going to do this video with the lowest priced drone under $1,000 first. It's my favorite in that price category, and then work my way up to $1,000. And so these prices are kind of estimates at this point because it depends on when and where you shop. But as of today, these are the prices that I found online, so they should be fairly accurate. So let's get started with number 10. So number 10 is the Syma X20 for about $30. The reason I like this drone is it's a lot of fun to fly. Syma makes really good beginner drones, and it's a great way to learn. It does have a headless mode, and it does have built-in prop guards, which are both great for beginners, but it's a lot of fun for more advanced people to fly as well. I've enjoyed flying it, and I gave one to my daughter, and she's become a big fan of flying it as well. So the Syma X20 is a great beginner drone for 30 bucks, worth checking out, and it comes in at number 10 on my list. So next on the list is what I call the DJI Mavic clone. It is the NQ XS809W foldable quadcopter. Now it folds down, and it kind of looks a little bit like a DJI Mavic, but not really. It's styled after the DJI Mavic, but I'll tell you why I like this guy. First of all, it's 40 bucks, which is a pretty good deal. It flies pretty similarly to a Syma X5C, which I'm a big fan of. I like the folding arms. It's super rugged, super durable. My friend Jason and I put this thing through the ringer, including putting it through a basketball hoop several times, and it still gets up and flies just fine. It's really a great beginner drone, one that is really stable and easy to learn with, but also has a lot of good flight rates and can really take off. So coming in at number 9, the NQ XS809W foldable drone for 40 bucks. Coming in at number 8 is the Seema X5EWW. Now, I have always been a big fan of Syma drones, and this is the second one on my list. The reason I like this one is it has an improved camera, has a very cool body style, and it's a ton of fun to fly, and fairly straightforward and easy to fly. It's a little more expensive than the Syma X5C, but I feel like with the improved remote control, the improved body style, and several other improvements they've made to it, this is definitely worth checking out if you want to learn how to fly a drone and actually take some decent 720p video. So number 7 is the MJX Bugs 3. This drone has been out a little over a year and is still taking the world by storm. People love this quadcopter. It's brushless motors, it's plenty strong to carry an action camera like a GoPro or similar. It's very smooth to fly. It doesn't have anything like GPS built into it, but it is really great camera drone if you're looking for something that doesn't have a gimbal. I even put a gimbal on one, a Walkera gimbal, and it worked just great. So if you're looking for a beginner camera drone with brushless motors for around 100 bucks, the MJX Bugs 3 is a really great choice, and that's why it comes in at number 7 on my best drones under $1,000. Coming in at number 6 is the Toys X16. Now this drone looks a little bit like a Phantom 1 or a little bit like the Syma X8C. It's a little bigger, but the reason I like this quad is it has GPS built into it, and the GPS actually works really well, and it's only 120 bucks. 120 bucks for a drone with GPS, and a brushless drone with GPS at that, is a pretty good deal and worth checking out. Coming in at number 5 is the U31W Navigator, which is $140. Now I like this drone a lot for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's a really nice size. It's kind of an in-between size. It's bigger than the Syma X20, but it's smaller than most of these other drones. Slightly smaller than like a DJI Spark. and it is good for indoor flight because it has built-in prop guards that are not going to really mess it up outdoors when there's a little breeze. Prop guards tend to be like sails, and they will take the thing away from you if there's a lot of wind. These prop guards are very low profile, but they work very well. The camera is actually pretty decent quality, and it is a great drone for learning how to fly indoors and out. And if there's not a lot of wind, you can actually get some pretty good video with this thing. So I like the U31W Navigator for 140 bucks, and that's why it's number 5 on my list. So coming in at number 4 is the MJX Bugs 2. This thing for 150 bucks is a great competitor to the Hubsan H501S, which I was a big fan of last year, but is a little long in the tooth and outdated at this point. The Bugs 2 comes with GPS, return to home, brushless motors, a decent camera, 1080 camera at that, decent battery life, does really well in the wind, a very slick remote control. There's a lot of things about the Bugs 2 that I really like. And for 150 bucks, I feel like it is a great value drone for under $1,000. So it's number 4 on my list. So there's actually a tie for number 4 on my list because there are 2 versions of the MJX Bugs 2. There is a Bugs 2C, which is the $150 model I just mentioned, and then there is the Bugs 2W, which is a $225 model, which features Wi-Fi. Now, generally I'm not a big fan of Wi-Fi drones with your phone. It just doesn't have very good range. There's a lot of lag. MJX has really raised the game in this area. This is supposed to go up to 500 meters or half a kilometer away with a Wi-Fi signal clear as day. Now, I did not test it that far. I tested it around 200 meters and it did great. So I'm a fan of the MJX Bugs 2. The one with Wi-Fi is even cooler. It's nice to be able to see a live feed of your video signal directly from the drone with very little lag and very little breakup. So if you're looking for an MJX Bugs 2, you can either buy one with Wi-Fi for $225 or without for $150. So again, those 2 are tied for number 4 on the top 10 list. So number 3 on my list is something that was just announced by DJI recently. It's the Phantom 3 SE. Now the Phantom 3 SE is actually going to take the place of all the Phantom 3s as I understand it in the US. I think you might be able to still buy a Phantom 3 standard, but the SE for 100 bucks more at $600 is worth the upgrade. It has a longer range than the standard, it has 4K video, and it has all the features that you expect from a DJI Phantom 3. It really is a great value at 600 bucks for a camera drone with a mechanical gimbal, very smooth 4K footage, great pictures, great range, great flight time, etc. I have not actually flown the SE yet because I don't know if it's available, but I have flown a Phantom 3, so I'm pretty familiar, Phantom 3 Professional. So I'm pretty familiar with the Phantom 3, and I feel pretty confident that for 600 bucks, the Phantom 3 SE is worth being on this list. So number 2 is one of my favorite drones that just came out this year, the DJI Spark. Now, I am only referring to the $700 version, and the reason is because flying it with your hands in gesture mode is fun, but it's not very practical. Flying it with a phone, again, is not very practical and not as great of a flight experience as you have with a remote control. For $700, you get the remote control, you get spare battery, you get the drone, you get a case, you get all kinds of stuff. And so I think that the DJI Spark is well worth $700 and comes in number 2 on my list. So I've had my Spark for a couple of months now, and I love shooting with it. I love playing with it. I love doing the hand gestures, and I really love flying it in sport mode. It can really get up and go in sport mode, but you have to have the remote control to do that. I feel like this mechanical gimbal is really solid, even though it's only 2-axis, and even though it's only 1080. For someone who's doing real estate pictures or vlogging or wanting to just capture great moments of their life with their family, the Spark with the remote control is an awesome value at 700 bucks, and that's why it's number 2 on my list. So it's probably no surprise what number one on my list is. It's the same number one I picked last time I did a list with this, and that is the DJI Mavic Pro. The Mavic Pro is still, for $9.99, the king of the hill. This thing shoots amazing video with a 3-axis gimbal, shoots 4K, super portable, great battery life, lots of features. The app is really solid now. They've done a lot of improvements in DJI Go 4. I can't say enough good things about my Mavic. As a matter of fact, I spent a lot of time with it this summer traveling. I went overseas to Norway, shot a bunch of video there over the North Sea, up on a mountain with high winds, over fjords that are thousands of feet deep. So any of those situations, if it had failed, I would have lost it. But it always got a satellite lock. It always took off and did its job and came back to me in one piece. Now part of that is flying smart and making sure you're checking everything and calibrating your compass, etc. But part of it is just a really great solid piece of equipment, the DJI Mavic Pro. So that's it, my top 10 list. I'll run through it one more time. Number 10 at 30 bucks, the Syma X20. Number 9 at 40 bucks, the NQ XS809W. Number 8 at 70 bucks, the Syma X5EWW. Number 7 at $100, the MJX Bugs 3. Number 6 at $120, the Toys X16 with GPS. Number 5 at $140, the U31W Navigator. Number 4, tied, the MJX Bugs 2 with and without Wi-Fi, and the one without's $150, the one with is $225. Number 3, the DJI Phantom 3 SE, which was just announced and will be the go-to Phantom 3 that's available. I think they're going to discontinue some of the others, the Pro, for example. But it looks like this one's going to be great because it has a 4K camera and great range, and it's a great value at $600. Number 2, the DJI Spark with the remote control. Again, $700. I recommend getting it with the remote. And of course, number 1, the Mavic Pro at $999. Thanks a lot for watching. Please do comment below. Like I said, I would love to include some other drones, the Autel, the Bebop, etc. I just haven't flown them, and so I really want to base this on my own personal experience. As you can tell, I enjoy flying drones. Hopefully that shows. If it does, I'd love a thumbs up from you and a like and a comment, and certainly a new subscriber would be fantastic as well. And hopefully this helps you in deciding if you're going to buy a drone, which one to get. You've been watching Ready Set Drone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.